So you talk about coming to disability, and on the one hand, you were born with your disability.
Yeah.
And you go to university, and so you were 18 or 19 years old,
Yeah.
and you still hadn't come to disability.
Oh, no, definitely not.
So, could you talk a little bit about when you saw the value and when you felt comfortable enough to bring those two together?
Yeah.
I remember working with a colleague at my second job, and we had gone to some restaurant out here in the district that had these big marble steps. And I'm watching him go down the steps, and I'm watching him take his foot and slide his foot to the edge of the step, and then walk and slide his foot to the edge of the step. And I remember being like, that's exactly what I do. I do that so I don't fall on my face. And there were little things that I incorporated.
This friend of yours didn't have a disability.
Oh, he did.
He definitely had a
he did,
disability. He was
okay.
low vision.
Did you know he was no?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that what he was, his identity, was the same as my identity.
I sort of been in this space where you were either blind
or you weren't. And I had some visual acuity, so I wasn't totally blind, but I definitely could not see or perceive the world in the same way that my friends did. So I did a lot of work that was sort of personal. It was a lift, I think, that was heavier than it needed to be, of making sure I could sit in the front of classrooms or trying to find tools. But I didn't know what was out there. I didn't know about my rights. I didn't know about accommodations. I didn't know that things were developed for me. And that
So if you think about not knowing about accommodations, once you learned about what accommodations were, how have you used them?
Oh, gracious. Well, I mean, first, Zoom text is my best friend. And I wouldn't have any job or imagine attempting to do any work without it as an option, especially as computers are even more important now than they were even when I got started. My first job, where I was running events for a large nonprofit organization, I did great maybe my first year. I got a new boss. She wanted me to do more clerical work, and man, I nosedived because I'm a competent worker. I'm a good study. But when you're talking about those fine sort of details, they're just not my thing. I can't do it. And at that time, I didn't have accommodation. I didn't have Zoom text. I didn't have a magnifier. So I'm trying to find periods and semicolons and find this minutia without the tools proper.
And you never felt you could discuss that?
No.
So that was something you had to deal with.
I didn't.
I think I'd had one conversation with her, maybe about my vision, because it was something I was like, I need to say something about it. But it was more of the sense of managing expectations. I didn't realize that I could use that to ask for an accommodation. I didn't know that I could use that to make sure I had the tools that I needed. It was totally not connected. And I didn't even know that there was a community of low vision people that I could go to find resources, friendship, even commiserate over the ridiculous.
Yeah.
None of that.